Hey, what's up YouTube? Ahnaris here with another video showcasing Skyrim. Today we're going to be going after another one of those 8 Dragon Priest masks. This one is located outside of Volsung. Now, when I say outside, I mean there's 2 ways to get to it. Number 1, we can go through this dungeon right here. And it is a pretty lengthy walk. There's a lot of Draugr inside. But up there is where we actually need to go. Now, the second way to get there is pretty simple, and I'm going to show you both. First, we're going to do the outside route, but we're not going to actually trigger the boss fight until we go through the interior of the dungeon. So, what I've found is the easiest way is just to come right over here. And we're going to start hugging the mountain, climbing up right here-ish. And pretty much it's just a matter of finding the best way to actually get up these rocks here. Jump! I'm just pretty much just jump spamming to get up there. So here we go now. Again, this is just for people that don't want to go through the trouble of climbing through the dungeon and killing all the mobs. But, you know, there is a lot of reward in there. There's a lot of loot. So here's the Dragon Shrine. It actually is the Whirlwind Sprint, if you don't have that already. And here is where Volsung will actually pop out. Now, he will not actually engage you until you have indeed retrieved the voice upgrade. So for now, we're going to head back down into the dungeon, which again is just located directly beneath us here. And we're going to fight through the long way. I figured if you guys really want to see what the boss fight looks like, you can just skip to the end of this video, and everybody will be happy. Except for my character, if I ended up getting him killed. There we go. Oh, man. Gravity and me, we have not gotten along lately. I will just say that much. All right, in we go. So I have already run through this once or twice just to kind of figure out where the basics were. We come into this first room. There's not a lot in the way of usable things. There is a button you can press right here. They'll activate a trap. Of course, the blood is a good indication of what will happen. And also there are holes kind of littered around here. You can see there's a couple of them right there. And if we actually hit it and run super quick, you can see right there is definitely not a good place to stand. So when you're walking through the first room, watch out for that button. As far as everything else is concerned in here, there's not too much that I actually found. You can see there's just kind of some nooks and crannies here, but by and large, just your pretty typical entrance. There are bandits located throughout this dungeon. Starting off here, we're going to be able to one-shot this one. We'll jack his gold and continue on. There are several more as we make our way deeper into the dungeon, so you do need to be on the lookout. They will generally be a little talkative. You'll hear them before they become a big threat. Obviously, in situations like that, we were able to spot him. Now we're coming up on the second trap here. You'll notice, again, indicated by lots of blood. The trap is actually that door right there. So what we're going to do is hit this and smack! Headshot. And total body shot. Pretty much blew the crap out of him. But still, very fun. I think I didn't loot that body back there. It's okay, I'll go back and do it later. So we're going to check out this chest. Let's see what kind of quality loot is in it. Oh, almost got it. Second try. Maybe. Nope. Back up this way. Yes. I've seen better. I have definitely seen better, but that's fine. We will continue on. Now, once again, I'm going to emphasize to keep an eye out for the traps. There are 1 or 2 traps in here that are very difficult to spot unless you specifically know that it's there already. Next engagement, there are 2 people here. Now there are 0. Whoa! There's still 1. Okay, my bad. I was like, wait a second, there's got to be 2 bodies. Oh, there we go. So we will collect the loot. Now, another thing is, there's a book. Survey of Thieves. Lockpicking increased to 40. Never argue with that. Now, this lever will unlock this wall back here. So we're going to pick that. Not using that pick. That pick is on strike, I guess. But the first one will be more than willing to oblige us. Down here is pretty much just a treasure room. I mean, you don't have to come down here if you don't want to, if you don't want to waste the lockpicks. But there is 1 medium-sized chest, and you can see also a couple of magic potions. And I mean, personally, I'd say it's worth it. And of course, Draught of the Berserker. Now, that is different from the loot that I received the first time running through here, so you may want to keep in mind there's a chance you could get something pretty freaking amazing. So the next part is we're going to come down through here, up through here rather. and look. Oh, no, wrong way. I did that. I do that every time. All right. This way. This is where we need to go. Herp derp. I'm good at directions. Now, I believe this place is empty. But before you go in, make sure you pick up these potions over here on the right. Alright, no traps, it appears, up at the top. There is one person right there, along with the second. Again, very easily dispatched. That hallway over there seems to lead towards several rooms. So we're going to pick these up. I'll get the other body later. Looking around, we have several shelves, lots of goblets, and again, keep your eye out for potions of magicka and health, other sorts. They are pretty heavily littered all throughout this place. There are several urns which you can loot as well, should you find the time to. I'm not going to in this video because I know most of it's just gold and stuff like that. But if you do find any cool stuff in any of these urns, please feel free to leave a comment in the description down below and let us all know the cool stuff that you have run across. Now, as far as everything else is concerned in here, I think we have pretty much cleared it out. Let's do a quick run-through of the other half of this room, where I don't see anything that looks remotely useful. Definitely some rundown structures here. But as we make our way, we see, oh, look, there's a body. Now, this is one of those traps that's pretty difficult to spot. You see this right there? That is a trap. You see, there is there's the wood thing that comes down. So the person is the indicator. I'll hit this. You'll see, bam, that's how it works. So we're going to run down now, past it while it's getting back into position. And we'll just go through it. Problem solved. Now this is the first puzzle that we're going to come across in here. Now there are 4 levers. Wolf, bear, and of course they are denoted by the little symbol down below. Wolf, bear, fox, and snake. Here's the book. This is the clue. The 4 totems of Volsung. All 4 are bound to the same as we. Some lay low, consumed in shadow. Others stand tall. You guys can read the rest of this if you want to. But the long story short, this is the important part on the right side. I wish I could use my mouse to show you. But the first fears all. The second fears none. The third eats what it can, preferably number 1. The fourth fears the second, but only when alone. All must be activated in order if you wish to go home. So, I will just give you, I'll save you the time of thinking about it there. The first one is the snake fears all. So the snake is right here. Alright, you see first we have one fire lit up there. And then second, the bear fears none. The fox is the next one, up here. And then finally, the wolf fears the bear rather, but only when alone. Now, if for any reason you get those wrong, zombies will pop out of here and eat your face. Pretty much how it goes. So next part here is a room which I don't recall has anything super cool in it. Wait, is that a lever? Ooh. It's funny, I didn't actually see any of that when I did my previous run through. So let's check out what is in here, shall we? Alright, so we definitely don't want to stand on that. Let's see. Oh, we did it. Woo! Oh man, that was close. But we're good. Got a potion, a few potions, an urn of some gold. And let's just run up through here. And a chest. Nothing too great, pretty heavy sword. But the next stage is going to involve us going down in the dungeon below. Which at first seems a little counterproductive, seeing as how we're basically trying to reach the top of the hill, but we do need to gain access to the Volsung passages. As we arrive, we look around, there's nothing too in-depth about the entrance, pretty much as you would expect. A couple goblets, or cups rather. Looking around for traps, nothing either. This is kind of an interesting room. As you can see, it's meant for, I'm not sure exactly what, sacrifice of some sort. Looks like they have some sort of drainage right there that leads down that way. But there is a lever here. It opens this up. Frankly, I'm not too sure what this does. Let me actually try Unrelenting Force. I don't think this will do it, but we'll see. Nothing. But I do hear something. Whoa! That's big Frost Atronach. We need to get rid of him. Deal with this mage. Oh, hello. So the Draugr Scourge in here, there are actually several of them. They will pretty much just work exactly like you've seen right now, where they will they'll summon their Frost Atronach, they'll shoot their Ice Blasts, like I'm going to, and this will give me enough time to get my mana back up. Ta-da! And hey, look at that, a level. Woot! Great time for that. Make sure nothing... Okay, I heard a noise, but it turns out it's just a goblet falling. Let's... Ow! Ow! Let's spend my talent point. One thing at a time here. Magicka. There we go. Now the perk, I'm saving it right now. But I will assign that later. Already got you. Nothing else up here. We're going to make our way to the next room. Alright, no traps here, but there is a grate we need to watch out for. Also, heal ourselves up just a tiny bit more continuing, because there is a trap right there. So we're going to avoid that trap, and we see that there is a way down right here. But you can also take that entrance, or take the route down here. And this is what we're going to do. There are some Draugr lying about, and we'll just continue running. There is one trap. I believe a couple of them activate over here, actually. Yes, indeed. And that is one fire spell too short. And you can see these guys are very easily taken care of. Nothing too special about them. We'll just loot all the goodies that they have. Another trap waiting for us, so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to head down here real quick. And you'll see there are a couple people here waiting for us. It looks like they're all content with staying asleep / sorta dead while we do our thing. So falling down that hole, definitely not a good idea, as you can see here. There's one bandit that we can loot. There's always the off chance for some exciting gear to be found on bodies such as that, but our particular guy didn't drop much of anything useful. So that was close. That was very close. As I'm looking around getting my bearings, definitely don't want to run into that. There's another chest here. It is apprentice level. Again, shouldn't be too difficult. Well, for anybody except for me. Unfortunately, my lockpicking is still pretty low. A couple more of these guys will wake up. Now, it's important to note that as you're going through here, some of these people will wake up behind you as well as in front. So you always need to kind of plan for having zombies coming from different directions. Draugr, excuse me. I swear I will never break that habit. Throughout my entire video series, I call them zombies. I mean, you can't really blame me, right? First they got the swords, next they're going to be eating your brains. Aha! I knew you were sleeping. Just faking it. There's probably one more somewhere around here. Probably. Wait, yes, here it is. Whoa! Ow! Him, we need to get away from. As you can see, he is not the only one. Problem solved. So just take note, there are actually several Draugr here. I wish those weapons weighed a lot less so I can just auto-loot all the bodies. But I suppose They had to kind of balance that out. Alright, you'll notice how whenever I shoot it, I usually back off and look around. That's, again, just trying to be aware of my surroundings, making sure that none of these guys are going to pop out from beside me, shove a sword in my throat, or, you know, anything of that sort. Like this guy right here, he is not too happy with me. Oh, there's another one somewhere. Where is he at? So, aha! This shouldn't be too hard. Just a matter of sun locking and applying lots of pressure. Also, that equilibrium spell that I have is amazing. For those of you that want to know where you get it, I'll have to check in a previous video. I'll see if I can find a link for it. If I do, I'll put it in my video description. I think it was episode 16, something like that. I don't know. Either way, this room is now cleared out, as you can see. Ooh, wow. That's pretty cool looking. And the way we need to go is up here. So now we see, if you don't want to actually waste the mana, you can always just hit this button right here. Make sure he's fully secured up there, and we're going to continue on. Now we're coming up on an area where there's going to be a bunch of spiders, so if any of you find them to be particularly just gross, feel free to speed ahead on this part. We start off with some smaller ones. There are a couple that come down the hill. I believe they're kind of situated around up here. Oh, there we go. One for good measure, because I'm not a huge fan of spiders myself. Fortunately, it only takes one fireball. Well, not when you actually hit the webbing, but when you hit the spiders, it takes one fireball. There are a couple desiccated corpses littered around. I believe they just have lockpicks on them. But also, continue to watch out for spiders that fall down from the ceiling. As we make our way closer, we're going to run into more and more spiders here, so... Yes, indeed. Here we go. There's a few of them that drop down. These are the bigger sort, so we're going to be doing some dual casting here for a little bit. I believe we'll clear them all now. Alright. Spider cave is cleared! And we'll just finagle our way through the rest of the spiders. I don't believe, or the webs rather, I don't believe we face off against any more spiders. And if I recall, we're actually coming up, not the very end, but we're getting pretty close to it. Oh, no, actually, this is the last room up here. We're going to have to clear out a few more of these Draugr, and then they will, of course, go the way of the undead. And then we have to fight one of those Mage Lord people, or I forget what they're called, Draugr Death Lord, I think? Right up here. Precast. Boom. And we're going to run down, because we don't want to be hanging out right there. You see, that would have not ended well for us. So this part is pretty much keeping them in melee range and kiting around the river. he's about 40% or 60% health right now. Coming around, we're going to nail him again. Alright, run over here. And one more double shot should take care of him. But let's take him out in style. We'll go with fire breath. Ah, didn't do it. Oh, but it made him nail down. That's good enough for me. So we have ourselves an ebony war axe. I did clear out my inventory prior to beginning this recording, as to make sure we would have plenty of room for any cool stuff we found. And that is the last major guy inside the dungeon. Now the person, like I said, we're going for is outside. Ooh, that is nice. Well, there you have it. Very appropriate item for me. So let's get that bow out of the way so we can loot this gold. Take the arrows. Unfortunately, it won't let us sit. That's okay. Ah, I don't know why I took that pot. Thought it was an urn that I could loot. Those sneaky, sneaky people. So we're going to be heading out now, and next up, Volsung. So now we arrive outside of the dungeon, very close to where we can get that word upgrade. So we shall suck this in, and this will activate the fight. As you can see here. So we'll get one free hit in while his back is turned. Next up, he is going to summon his Atronach. And now him. It looks like that hit also... Oh, ow! So, you see we have taken a lot of damage. We need to heal up right quick. And also see if we can keep him entertained right there long enough to do one or two additional things. First, I have a pair of boots. Increase frost resistance 30%, and also potion. I want to do this one. Bam. Check our mana. I think we can definitely stand to drink one of those as well. Let's go with you guys. Alright. So now you've seen that his spells do a lot of damage. What we want to do is keep him stun locked for as long as possible. And there you go. He is taken out. Let's pick that up. And Volsung. Prices are 20% better, carry 20 points more, and can breathe underwater. This is arguably one of the best masks and overall weapon or armor pieces to use in the helmet slot in the game for light armor wearers. It is a decent bit of armor, but also 20% better prices, carry 20 points more, and breathe underwater. This is great for, you know, if you need to come around to like some of the shipwrecks and pick up some of the loot early on to help you get a good start with your income. You know, buy a house, whatever you want to do with it. Either way, this is a great mask to have. So this is, again, the second mask in our series, total of 8. I want to thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you found it to be informative, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a ton. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know your own experiences with the dungeon, if you guys had fun with it. And, of course, any other masks that you want to find out information for. As the days go by, you will find all those videos updated on my channel. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Alright guys, I assume if you're still here, you want to see how to kill it on Master difficulty. We'll hit Escape, Settings, Gameplay. You see we are currently on Master, so we'll escape out of that. 15,000 times that we actually have to press it. Now, what we want to do is we want to come up here, activate this. The first thing, we're going to come around and try to stun lock him. And also, let me make sure my Highborn is selected. Alright, so come around, get away from that. Gotta make sure he doesn't cast. That's the biggest thing here. And you see, he's got a lot of hit points, folks. So, all this casting we're doing, we should get him down to about 60% or so. Oh, now we got to take care of that guy. As you can see, that's going to require several shots in and of itself. But that's taken care of. So we have full mana. Let's get back to this. Alright, we'll go to our potions. Potion of Magicka. And you see the key again is just to keep him sunlocked. Makes it pretty much just LOL mode. You guys will also hit you in case he hits me with something. And we'll hit you as well. By now, let's see. Uh-oh. We, out of mana. We're gonna have to let that regenerate for just a second. In the meantime, we'll just kind of dodge around. Oops, that missed. Ow! Let's see if we can finish him off with a flame shot here. And there you have it, folks. Volsung on Master difficulty.